Welcome back, traders, to another weekly outlook. Thanks for tuning in again this week. Today we're going to take a look at the indices and for the first time at the dollar index, because many of you requested that I should share my analysis on some other assets, especially on Forex. So I thought, why not do analysis on the DXY, the dollar index. Like and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any future videos, and I would say now let's get into the analysis. As I just mentioned, first of all, we're going to take a look at the dollar index. You're looking currently at a monthly time frame of the dollar index. Just type in DXY on TradingView and you will find it. So as you can see on the monthly time frame, the dollar index is reacting from a bullish fair value gap. We traded into it and saw a nice retracement to the upside. And I would want to see a final push into the bearish fair value gap going into the next week or the next month, maybe. I don't know if price can reach up into this until the end of the month. So for the dollar, we want to see a higher expansion on the monthly time frame trading into the bearish fair value gap. So we moved on to the weekly time frame, and as you can see, we refined this bullish fair value gap right here. Price perfectly traded into it and reacted away from it. 2 or 3 weeks prior to that, we closed above this bearish fair value gap, which becomes a balanced price range. You can see price used this as a bullish reference point. Price traded into it and away. And last week we had a nice bullish up close candle. On the weekly time frame, we have a clear objective in mind. We want to see a run above these relative equal highs, above the buy side liquidity. And as you can see, I marked out also the monthly fair value gap, which are annotated with these two gray lines. On the daily time frame, a little bit more levels, a little bit more messy than on the other time frames. But as you can see, we're still watching for higher prices. Here you can see the relative equal highs, and above that we have a open fair value gap, which is annotated with this orange line. This is one of our targets for the next week. We would want to see a run higher during the next week. Once price reaches our target, the daily fair value gap right here, we would need to wait for more information. Does it want to trade lower from here, from the bearish fair value gap, or does it close above it and use it as a bullish reference point and trade higher above this swing high right here? So just wait for further confirmations once we trade up into the bearish fair value gap. But for now, we would want to see at least a run above the buy side liquidity right here. Some other bullish levels on the daily time frame is this bullish daily order block. You can also annotate the wick and the body. And above the daily bullish order block, we have also a daily fair value gap, which is close to the bullish order block. But I don't think that price will come down here to reprice to fair value and then trade higher again. I think we will just run out the equal highs at the beginning of the week, and then we will need to see what price shows us. If we want to see a higher dollar, which means we're in a risk-off scenario, this means we want to see lower prices on other assets, for example, Forex pairs like as the Euro US dollar and GBP US dollar, stocks, and also indices. Switching back to the indices, you are looking at the S&P 500 E-mini futures on the monthly time frame. And as I just said, if we want to see a higher dollar, this means we want to see lower prices on the indices. You can see market ran out these equal highs and then rejected lower, failing right now to trade into the buy side liquidity, which we were looking for. But now let's look at the weekly time frame to get more information out of this. Here you can see the run on the buy side liquidity. After that, market consolidated and built up more sentiment, and then last week we finally dropped lower pretty heavy, and I think we will continue bearish until the market proves us otherwise. Levels which I want you to annotate on the weekly chart are the new weekly opening gaps, so the closing price on Friday of this candle to the open on Sunday, and also here this small open volume imbalance. Market could retrace into the new weekly opening gaps for fair value, but as for now, I have no other bearish levels annotated on the weekly time frame. So let's see if we have something on the daily time frame to look out for. Looking at the daily time frame, please don't get confused by all these levels. These are just new day and new week opening gaps outlined with the 50% of it. And as you can see, on Wednesday we had a pretty nice fair value gap created, and then Thursday traded up into it, closed below it, and then Friday just dumped lower, taking out this swing low. As I already said, I would want to see a run lower on the indices to the new week opening gaps, and also we have relative equal lows right here, and of course this sell side liquidity pool right here. The one thing I will be looking out for is if price uses this balanced price range right here to trade lower, or if it wants to revisit this fair value gap one more time and then trade lower. I will be looking for that. As you can see, we had a bullish fair value gap right here, and market closed below it, which I like for a bearish price action. So I expect lower prices on the indices, and I would want to see a reaction from the balanced price range dropping into the new weekly opening gaps, taking out these relative equal lows. Now, one more quick look at the economic calendar. As you can see, all in all, we have every day some news at 10 a.m. except on Thursday. So I will be not trading before 10 a.m. I will let the news pass and do the manipulation, and then I will see if I get a nice and clean trade. On Thursday is the only day where I'll be trading before 10 a.m. At 9:30. I will look for a setup on Thursday. Pretty exciting week, bullish dollar and lower indices. This is my idea. Join my Telegram channel, which is linked in the description below, if you want to stay up to date on a regular basis. I will update you as quickly as possible if something changes, but this is the idea for the week. I don't know how we open on Monday, but this is my idea for the next week. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you could pull some valuable information out of this video, and I would say stay safe, trade safe. Bye.